Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, America's kick-ass coach and psychologist, here with some wisdom to start your day and a little fun. We need some fun. Anybody up for some fun? So, what's funny was I was thinking about, okay, do we need a card deck today? Do we need a book today? What do we need? And my eyes fell upon this little book. Good morning, Linda. Fell upon this little book by Pam Grout, E Squared. And I actually have a full-size book too, but someone just gave me the little pocket book. And she has E Squared and E Cubed. E Squared, the subtitle is 9 Do-It-Yourself Energy Experiments That Prove Your Thoughts Create Your Reality. Morning, Jerry. Welcome. It's a cool little book. I loved it. I thought it was mind expanding. And who all couldn't use little mind expansion these days, hey? So our card for today, actually, so anyway, I saw this little book and I thought, ooh, I wonder if that's where we're supposed to get our guidance from today. So I muscle tested and it was weak, and I was kind of like, oh. So then I was muscle testing, as I typically do, to decide which deck to use. And usually the way I test it is I have 3 piles of card decks, and so I'll do left, middle, right, and it said left. And then I start doing 1, 2, 3, just going down the pile. And it landed on the Pam Grout, the Oracle of E deck. So I thought that was kind of funny. So our card for today, lovely card. You ready for this? Silver lining. Silver lining. Who couldn't use a little silver lining right now also? We'll have some fun. We'll have some silver linings. It'll be great. All right. So here's our card. Again, just breathe into this. The first sentence, I think, is going to make you go, but let's see what you think of the rest of it. Silver lining. It only looks like disruption. In reality, everything is fine. Everything. In fact, it is beyond fine. Underneath appearances is a silver, gold, and platinum lining. Enjoy. Okay? So, basically what I think this card is saying is, even when things look like a total shit show, underneath, there's still divine right order happening. There's still guidance available to us. There's still divine unfolding. There's still our ability to influence not only our perception of what's going on, but the outcomes that actually come to fruition then. So yesterday, the little vignette I read to you out of the Mike Dooley book is saying the same thing, that we have been and still are capable of far more than we think we are. Good morning, Cindy. But we've lost our awareness of that. We've lost our knowledge that we are powerful, that we are those divine children of God, and of course we have much more power and impact than we think we do. So, what do we need to do to get back to knowing that? I think this is a great place to start. Silver lining. Silver lining. When we start looking at the apparent shit show and seeing, first believing, then seeing that this all serves a purpose, that there's wisdom to be gained here, that there's positive outcomes to glean, that we can grow from all of this, then I think we're headed where we need to go. So, coming at this, I mean, I keep seeing on Facebook and other kinds of social media and hearing on the news, which I don't watch, but every once in a while a headline will catch me, whatever. Still that old paradigm, the old paradigm of us versus them, right and wrong, bad and good, and as if those categories are discrete. However, I think there's overlap. I think there's many other categories. I think it's a flow of all of this instead of these nice, neat little boxes where we want to put things, because it makes us feel better to know, aha, she goes in that box and he goes in this box. And when we run into someone who refuses to be boxed, it's uncomfortable for us. It's uncomfortable for us. We can't decide who they are. So what if what we're meant to do is remember who we are? Who we are. What we came here to do. How much more is available to us than we think is available to us. Again, the apparent shit show really isn't. Really isn't. There, you know, if we could bounce ahead 500 years and look back at this time, all this turmoil, all this upheaval, etc., we'd be able to say, ooh, this, and this came out of that turmoil. This is the positive outcomes of that seemingly negative stuff that was going on then. And I will guarantee that those of you who are willing to look back over your own existence can see those things. The things that you thought were devastating, horrible, terrible, you can now look back on and go, yes, but this, and this came out of that. So that crappy marriage that you had that took forever to get out of, 2 amazing kids came out of that, or whatever it is. I'll give you the follow-up to one of the stories that I told recently about the young woman that my sister put through school and her losing her first real job. She came out of the chute amazing. She applied for 20 plus jobs in short order, had a bunch of interviews in the middle of COVID, right? She could have sat at home and go, oh my God, no one's going to hire me. I can't, this isn't going to work. Everything's a mess, blah, blah, blah. No, she came out of the chute. Here's my resume. Here's what I do. Here's what I'm good at, blah, blah, blah. Got offered a job. I think it was the first interview she did. Turned that down because it wasn't what she was looking for. She stood her ground. Got 2 more offers. She jokingly said, yeah, I've never had 2 men fight over me, but I had 2 potential employers fighting over me. And I'm like, rock on, sister. Ended up picking a job that's way, way improved. I can't even remember how much more an hour it is. Many dollars more an hour. Because she knew her worth. She knew her worth. She stood up for it. She held her ground. She busted her butt hitting the pavement to do what she needed to do to get a job to replace the one that wasn't going well anyway, that she didn't like, that was not well run, etc., etc., etc. So again, we're capable of far more than we think we are. So what situation do you have in your life right now where you're kind of doing the, oh, poor me, I'm stuck with this, it's the middle of COVID, you know, we've got all this election crap going on, life is uncertain, we have no idea how things are going to turn out, etc., etc. This is fertile ground for seeds to sprout. When there's this much disruption, it's very fertile ground for seeds to erupt. So, what do you want to plant in that fertile ground? What do you want to plant? I have some ideas rolling around in my head, and I've got the stuff from yesterday's YEMIG really sparked some things in me, and it showed up in my dreams last night. I think there's some journaling to happen. I have an exchange session that a friend of mine and I do in terms of energy work today. So I really feel like the flame is being lit under this burner and things are going to take off. What about you? What about you? What's sitting there in the hopper waiting to be addressed, waiting to be fluffed a bit, okay? So let's look at it that way. let's all do a little energetic fluffing right now, all right? I want you to think of an area in your life that's stagnant, stale, stuck. That's a whole lot of ST words. Anyway, just not where you'd like it to be. Don't get caught in going into your head in terms of, well, how am I going to fix this? How is not your problem? How is the problem of the divine? And for the divine, nothing is a problem, okay? Your only issue is why. Why do you want to change this area in your life? Could be as simple as, I'm not happy with it. Good enough. Could be you have a whole litany of reasons why you want to change this area in your life. Why you want to spark things up, give it a jump start, okay? Just pick something. It could be your spirituality. It could be your education. It could be your ability to have fun. It could be your unfinished business in some area of your life. Whatever it is, just pick it out now. And if you want to change it later on, absolutely fine. There are no rules here. You aren't getting locked into anything, okay? So just pick something, all right? I want you to close your eyes. I want you to breathe, our infamous breathing. And all you're doing is breathing a little light into that area. Drawing that light down from above with every inhale. And exhaling some light into this situation. You're not doing anything other than illuminating. One more. There, that's it. It's done. That's enough. You've planted seeds. You've breathed some light into that area, whatever area it is. Now just be curious. Now just be curious and see what pops up over the course of today, the next couple of days, next couple of weeks, months, whatever. Timeline is not important. Remember, Spirit's in charge here. You've just breathed some light and life energy into this area. Let's see what unfolds. You might even want to jot a few notes down. If you're a journaler, good morning, Diane. If you're a journaler, jot down a few notes about what you were just breathing that light into. Because human beings, like I was reading yesterday, have this amazing ability to forget. So let's say 3 weeks from now, this area that you just breathed some life into busts wide open and all kinds of cool shit happens. You may not even remember that today you breathed some light into it. Because that's how our human brain wants to work. It poo-poos making those connections. So, write it down today. Pay attention. Down the road, check into it. You might even, I love doing this, on your calendar. Couple of days, couple of weeks, couple of months down the road, write in. Check on whatever that area is in your life. Check on it. See what's transpired. See what's busted loose. See what's bloomed. Okay? And if not much seems to have happened, water it again with a little bit of that light energy breath and see what happens as you keep going. I guarantee you it will change. It will change in some way. Perhaps subtle, perhaps dramatic, whatever. In some way it will change. Okay? So there is our card for today. Silver lining. Silver lining. All right? And I'm going to read it again because I think that first line is so important. We need to not just look at appearances. We need to look underneath at what is the energy that's shifting. It only looks like disruption. In reality, everything is fine. Everything. In fact, it's beyond fine. Underneath appearances is a silver, gold, and platinum lining. Enjoy. Have a great day. I will see you again tomorrow. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are. For those of you who are interested in what else I have going on, check out my events tab. I think there's 3 or 4 things up there right now that are going on. So have an awesome day, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.